Rainy days in a van are way better than rainy days in an SUV. And look at this guy, all bundled up because it's cold rain. Good morning. This is my first time recording anything in my little living room with Buddy's treats hanging on the wall in his backpack that we used to fly with. And then I repurposed it for all of his treats and hung it on the wall. These are the curtains between the cab and the back to black out anything. And you know who is sitting right there having a little nap. It is cold. Uh, Not in bed because I have 6 blankets, but getting out in the morning, that's a thing. It went to freezing overnight on the 1st of May. And here in Ottawa, that is highly unusual. Everybody thinks Canada is the Great White North, but no, we get lovely, beautiful temperatures like everybody else. But not this year. They had a brutal winter while I was in Mexico, bouncing around, and this is the winter that just won't let go, but it's supposed to get nicer. So I thought I would talk to you all. Many of you are van lifers and have reached out, so I'm really happy that we're building a bit of a community. And I wanted to tell you two things. The first thing, rainy, cold days. What do you do when you live in a tin can? I do a couple of things. I pay very strict attention to the weather forecast because what they say in van life is that we chase the 70s Fahrenheit. 70 Celsius would be a little damaging to the planet. So I already know what the 5-day forecast is going to be like fairly accurately. So I will plan. I often have medical appointments after the car accident, and I'm doing some other stuff when I get home. I have one client who I've been talking to about doing media and public speaking training over the course of the next 4.5 months that I'm back in Ontario and in Ottawa. Then what I do is then I fill in, okay, what does the weather forecast look like around that? Is this going to be a day where it's nice and warm, where if I'm putting more insulation on the ceiling, the glue will stick because it needs to be 17 degrees Celsius for the glue to stick? And is it going to be that day? If it's going to be cold and rainy, I try to reserve those times. Well, hi. Yeah, just make yourself right at home. I try to reserve those times for doing what I would call office work. So taxes just came due, or editing, or shooting in my new lovely living room, and posting for you guys on Sundays. So weather basically dictates my movements in and out of appointments, which usually don't take really long. The second thing that I wanted to tell you, because many of you participated in this, and I'm so grateful, is I put out a call on Facebook publicly asking who would mind if they woke up in the morning and saw my van parked in front of their house and not call bylaw or police or anything. And the outpouring of support was nothing short of mind blowing. From here's a log cabin in one of my favorite places on earth, Mont Tremblant, a downtown parking space where your vehicle would fit, because I don't fit in a regular parking spot anymore. In front of my house, do you need showers? Do you need laundry? 500 people reached out to me. So now I'm kind of making a spreadsheet because I don't plan to stay in Ottawa all summer. Like all van lifers, I get itchy feet. But I do want to further explore this part of Eastern Ontario. I love Gananoque, right across from the US border where there's Bolt Castle. I want to go see a friend of my dad's who lives in Kingston, who I love very much. I want to go into Western Quebec and take you all up to one of the most beautiful areas of, why do I have the hiccups? One of the most beautiful areas of Western Quebec where they often have free camping and some really cool stuff up there. Very van life friendly up in Campbell's Bay, Shawville, the Pontiac, that kind of area. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that outpouring of support. I kind of did it out of desperation because iOverlander, the app that most of us use to find spots, doesn't have a whole lot of activity in Ottawa. Right now, I'm in a beautiful spot that was on iOverlander near soccer fields. Another one I found on iOverlander and met a great friend, Ange, almost 2 years ago. Also stayed near some other soccer fields on the other side of town because I try to kind of. Ottawa's a population of 1 million people. Like it's big, and huge geographically. So I like to plan my spots close to where I might have a medical appointment or something. So I just put this call out on Facebook, being super vulnerable, and said, for those of you following along, this is my life, and I would just like to have a few places. I said a few places in different areas of town where I can just pull in front of their house, go to sleep, and wake up and be gone basically as the sun comes up. And the invitations that I got, I'm going to spend 2 days at a cottage property with a lovely woman who reached out to me and said, why don't you come here and enjoy cottage life? It's only 55 minutes from downtown Ottawa. Why wouldn't I do that? Sounds lovely. I wouldn't say I know her very well. We're just Facebook friends, but sure. I like meeting people. Um, Cabin in Tremblant, downtown parking spot in a private um, lot with about 12 spots. And he said, you can park in there. And it's 4 blocks from the high rise condominium at the football stadium that I used to live in. So I still have stuff that I do around there, whether it's Shoppers Drug Mart for my thyroid medication or seeing friends. And now I get to park in his business parking spot. Like, the generosity is insane. Someone offered up her daughter to deliver lattes to my side door. A friend that I worked with at Ross Video, and we traveled fairly extensively together, mostly in Amsterdam, Las Vegas, Amsterdam, Las Vegas. When we worked for the company that does all of the broadcasting for things like the Super Bowl and Got Talent and The Voice, and an Ottawa-based company, Ross Video. Very proud of them. I had been with them for a very long time before the car accident. 10 years, I think, maybe longer, 12 years. I digress again. For those of you new to this channel, because the plea that I put out asking for parking spots, I can't tell you how it warmed my heart, because this is a bit of an eccentric lifestyle, let's face it. This is making the best of a bad situation and trying to make my money go as far as it can. And then to see 500 invites to, of course you can come here. Laundry, showers. My swimming coach said you can swim in the pool, not at freezing temperatures, but maybe eventually. Friends who already said you've been here, but come anytime. I actually left my shampoo and conditioner in one of their bathrooms yesterday. I have to do better at remembering my stuff. It was so heartwarming that people with bricks and sticks, big, beautiful houses, are so welcoming to somebody living this lifestyle. No judgment, open doors, open invitation. Here's my exact address. They put it on Messenger. I didn't ask them to put it publicly facing. So they messaged me, and I still today, because it's rainy and cold, am going to go through all of those and finish responding to them. I've only been able to get to maybe 30% of them so far, but I want to make sure each one receives a heartfelt thank you. And then I'm putting the addresses in a spreadsheet. So if I have to be on the other side of Ottawa from where I am now for, you know, my gosh, I need a couple different tests, but like say the MRI of my pelvis, if that's in the other side of the city, we have a lot of traffic problems here, then I want to be on the other side of the city. And I just want to go to sleep somewhere that they're not going to call bylaw and have them knocking at my door, so that I can get a good night's sleep, go for my test, and I'll be gone before the kids leave for school. And so many people reached out. Like, it almost brought me to tears, honestly. I was driving to another medical appointment. My phone was just dinging and dinging and dinging. And I don't check it when I drive, obviously. And when I got to where I was going, there was 133. And I thought, well, I can't look at this right now. And then by the time I got back to basically my home base, where Craig was helping me do some of the heavy lifting in here, because I can't lift heavy things, it was up to something 300 and something. And then by the end of 2 days, it was 500. And I am so grateful. I just appreciate it so much. Then the video about my van build got something like 3,000 hits, views. Then lifetime 370,000 people have participated in this journey with me. And I'm just blown away by all of you. And I'm starting to realize we're building a community of like-minded people who get it, and even people in bricks and sticks who are like, okay, now I get it. Easy peasy, laundry, sleep in front of the house. Do you need anything else? We'll bring latte out to your vehicle. Instead of looking at people who live on wheels as a problem, I think this went some small step toward letting them know that just parking somewhere for the night does not mean that we mean you any harm. It's just that we live on wheels. And it's as simple as that. We live on wheels. And it doesn't mean we're infiltrating your community or going to do bad things, or that, drugs follow us, or whatever your fears are about a strange vehicle parked in front of your house. It just means that somebody's having a sleep and they will move on. All right. Now I'm going to show you my insulation because it is sexy. Okay, so this week, here we are where it all first started, my very first night doing stealth. But I came here because I needed to have some space to work. And I decided this would be a good day to insulate the back doors. I still have to do some trimming here to make it look nice, curve it in and then tuck those in a little bit. But because the temperatures are dropping, I have my thermal curtains up around my bike in the back, and now the doors are insulated. I'll show you inside. All right, we're almost there with the ceiling, which is going to be great for a hot Ottawa summer. These little pieces, little chunks, are going to fill these holes up here. There's some in there already, but they need to be stuffed. And then you can see there's one more strip here that I'm gonna cut. I ran out of steam, honestly. I was like so excited about this and jeepers, I dropped you. You'll see in all of these things, I have to stuff more in because they're not completely jam-packed yet, and you have to squish all of the stuff past these holes by basically shoving that as far as you can. It's difficult work to fill all those little holes, but I think it's going to be worth it.